Next week is gonna be the third week into this residency. Well, no. It's good. It's good because when you were at fall last year, my piece was an hour, and I choreographed those 7 dances in a month. So we'll do it. We got it. We got until June. You want to keep this profile? And then it's 5, 6, 7, flip 8. I don't want to put that.
It's fitting. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Nice touch.
Just a scarf and that.
What?
17 minutes.
What?
The bus.
It's coming in 17?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, we can go to the Damon.
I had a really bad depressive episode when I was 16. And so I moved away from home in Maryland to go live with my father in Texas. And I wasn't dancing or doing theater. Took a break from school. And I was just trying to figure out my life, basically. Trying to figure out what I was going to do, if I wanted to keep living or if I didn't. And so after 7 months there, I moved back home to Maryland, finished my senior year in Maryland doing musical theater. And then I applied while in the beginning of my senior year, I found Columbia, Chicago, because I was also a huge hockey fan. It's weird, but I was. And I looked up colleges in Chicago because I was tired of listening to the Blackhawks on the radio. I wanted to watch them on TV or in person. And so I found Columbia. They took all of my credits, high school, college credits, and it was an open placement dance program. And I hadn't danced in a year. So I was like, I need that. I don't want to be shunned away from something I love to do. And so I came to Chicago, and I became a dance major, and the rest is history.
I love how everybody has like some type of, I mean, it's a thing, but like everybody has such like close to face makeup gestures.
When me and Alex do this part, Let Me Entertain You, reminds me of that movie. It's about the woman with the puppets. She never had children.
Oh, and then they go.
They killed her because she kidnapped. Yeah.
Wait, is the woman who had a puppet because she couldn't have a child, and then they went on a vacation, and then this girl came to babysit for them.
That's different.
Oh.
That's something else. This movie was made in 2007. Dead
Oh.
Silence. It was like the only movie that scared me, like, where I couldn't like go to sleep for a few hours. Cause I love scary movies. I watch them all day. But that was the only one that I'm just like.
My favorite is Jeepers Creepers, but still to this day, that movie, because it's so, they filmed it based off of films from the 50s and 40s, which was, you didn't really see the monster.
Right.
It was just like a lot of hype about the
Right.
monster, no shadows. And so that's what it is, where it's just like, shit, what's that? In the shadows.
Like I like bad scary movies, but like if they're like actually really scary.
You
it's
can't do like a Texas Chainsaw.
No.
There was a moment.
anything with like serial killers where it's like that could like theoretically actually happen. I'm like,
Have you ever seen the website Reels to Reels? Does it make sense? It's REEL.
Oh, yeah,
REEL. I always read those, and the scary movie ones are the worst because it talks about the actual people who are the actual killers.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. When the film is over with, at the end of the film, which I don't know why they did that. It was the
They're
70s.
such
They literally went to a clip of the footage from the police
Like,
cameras,
yeah.
which was them raiding the house to, like, get him. And he, like, comes out, like, wielding the chainsaw, and everybody's, like, running around and shooting at him. And but it's, like, it's not fake. It's very real.
Right.
It was, like, that was on the news.
Do you remember the movie called Fourth Kind?
Yes.
Remember how they advertised it as a true story and they had the real footage and everything in it? Then a few years later, they said, oh, it was all fake. I am creeped out by that because I think it's real. I have
That
a
was the
conspiracy.
alien
Yes,
monster,
I have a
yeah.
conspiracy about it. Like, I think it's actually real, and they made that woman into, like, to seem like an actress. She doesn't have any history before the movie, but they're trying to make it like, oh, it was
She was
actually
an unknown.
fake. It was just, you know. And I'm like, you guys.
Well, now that I've scared everyone,
Yay!
let's dance.
The pathway just continues.
4. Make the
4,
fourth one.
and then on the fourth one we go.
Yeah.
Great.
4, 5. Ma, that's more underneath you.
Okay.
Fa, fa. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Y'all, I wish y'all could see it. It's so gorgeous. Just the 4 of us. Shoot.
Well, technically they do because of the use, but you know.
Right.
It's new to me.
That's all that matters.
Darling and I met back in December. We were both in the same show called The Kiki Underground Tea Party by Kiara Lanier. She's a singer-songwriter in Chicago, and she needed backup dancers. And Darling was one of them. And I had never heard of her before. I have never seen her perform. And I was like amazed by her. And I told her that I was really appreciative of her showing her work and everything. It was really great. I loved it. And then she was like, okay, I want you to be a part of a residency I'm going to be doing. And I was like, oh. And I got like starstruck for like 2 seconds. I was like, okay, that's fine. And it's great because I had just quit my job, my old job at PetSmart as a groomer or bather. And then I had just started a new one, but I was more open availability-wise. And so when she emailed everyone about it, I was like, I can do it. I have open availability. Oh my God. So that's how that happened.
Remember the many things that only cleanse right can do. Remember to call your grocer to send you cleanse right.
And now, you dear ladies and gentlemen, guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to sing you a song. It's my latest recording, and I do hope you just love it. But even if you don't, I don't really mind. As long as you love me.
If at any point in time y'all feel like this is cheesy, please be like, darling, no. Because we're all collaborators here. Say, that goes to you. If you ever see something and you're like, I'm not feeling that.
This.
That is the one moment though I agree with Diana where I feel like I'm like, that's like the one little spot.
So this could go both ways, but this is Southern living. But because of when you do it, it could be easily depicted as an appropriational Southern living. But if you know Southern living, then it's just like, that's just how Southerners speak in general. But yeah.
Jasmine Washington, I's here. The wheat pea opal Thor, I am here. Chocolate Jezebel, Well, if you is really ready and you're going steady, get going to Louisiana, hey, Louisiana, hey, right. Oh, but that smoke is hidden in the hay, loving it away. Ow, ow. The time is short. Wrap your little
Like, so things like this, it's like a lot in them, but it's not too saturated.
Okay.
You know, so it's never gonna go beyond this. It's never gonna be like again, we're not gonna do chop suey.
Right.
We're not doing Fantan Fanny. I personally am not fascinated by like any type of blackface performance, and I will never go and put any of that onto anyone. I will never. So it's like this type of stuff is the extent of like how racy things will get.
That felt really blackface, but without the blackface. You know?
Yes, this is more of taking stock from more of a black presence in that time, of how they've been depicted for specifically depicting farm life.
They tried to make that thin line, oh, we're not doing blackface, we're just gonna talk like this and you won't notice. Metaphorical minstrelsy, we learned about that in college, in our dance history class. Basically white people putting on blackface without the paint. By using the words like ebonics, it's using English that African Americans have developed for themselves to understand each other and to live in this world. So by using our way of speaking, by dressing the way you think we dress, and holding yourself the way you think we hold ourselves, like
We're dancing the way that
or
you
dancing
think that,
way.
yeah.
So it's like you're literally putting on a minstrel show. You don't have to put the paint on. We see it loud and clear. And that's what at the end of the day, that is what cultural appropriation is. People always have a confusion about what is okay and what's not okay. If you become a caricature of someone else, it's not okay. So, yeah, and it just goes back to this thing, like doing that with that sound score specifically. So yeah.
During this process, I'm not going to put you all in the place of, if you feel uncomfortable with something, let me know. I'll rework it, or I'll scratch it, or depending on like what it is, and if it's something that's like I'm definitely having vision for or whatnot, I will tune it up and fix it. But for the most part, we're not going to be doing anything that's like crazy. Darling Shear is this, but Darling Shear is this with a little bit of like a political statement, because it's just like Darling Shear is very aware that she's a trans woman. Darling Shear is also like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My nails ain't done. Oh, ooh. Oh, are you dying? Does that hurt?
Darling Shear is an icon. Like, everybody knows this. It's not a secret. First and foremost, she is a black woman dancing. Second, she's a black trans woman dancing. Third, she's recreating pieces from the 40s and 50s that really excluded all of her intersectional identities. You know what I mean? Those, like, Broadway and Hollywood really excludes black trans women, like, people, any, like, you know. And so she's going through all of these intersections, and she's performing these pieces in front of thousands, hundreds, whoever. She's performing these things in front of all these people, and it's a very iconic, revolutionary thing, because you would not see this in the 40s. You wouldn't even see this in the 60s, really. It really started popping off in the 70s, but, like, you know what I mean? So she creates voice, she creates permission, she creates a space, bravery, courage, you know what I mean? All of these things for women to just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do, not worry about what anybody has to say about it. And that's exactly who she is. And she doesn't care. And Darling creates a voice and creates a space for other women just like her, dark-skinned, black, trans women, to say, it's okay for me to be who I am and be what I want to be in this world. Because if I don't be who I want to be, who else is? You know what I mean? Like, Darling is all herself. She's all about herself. She's all, she doesn't apologize for it to anyone. And that's very important to have, especially in this political climate. Especially with the violence that happens, you know what I mean? With black trans women. And Darling is recreating these pieces that otherwise would never consider having someone looking like her, living like her. You know, they would never consider putting her in the forefront. And she does it all on her own. And she, like, you know, Darling does the damn thing. Like I said, it's not a secret.